welcome back to my channel, or welcome back. If you're new here, I want to say welcome. My name is Keela, and this is Keela's Corner. And today what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be cleaning my brushes. I'm going to show you how I do that. So if that's interesting to you, I hope you stay tuned. Don't forget to subscribe, and the button is either here or somewhere. I'm not sure where it is on your phone, but please feel free to press that subscribe button and ring the bell that's next to it. That way you'll know every time I upload. So let's go ahead and get on into it. First thing I'm going to show you is how I disinfect and sterilize the brushes, and then what I go through to clean them. So let's go on in. Usually when I clean my brushes, what I do is I turn them all upside down, just like that, so that the brush heads are down inside the glass bowl. Then I pour in some peroxide, and what that does is it helps to sterilize the brushes. Okay. So I just fill it to where there's about like this much right here, liquid as far as peroxide. I try to make sure I get all the brushes down into it. And I check for any that are turned like they're not supposed to be. I want to get all the brush heads clean, and I want to get all of the gunk off of them. Okay. And then what I do is I take the container and I fill it about up to here with hot water. I don't know why it takes water so long to get hot. Okay. So now that that's like that, what I do is I let it soak for about 45 minutes to an hour. So when that's done, I'll come right back and we can just go on ahead. I'll see you soon. Okay, so we're back and we've got some soaked brushes that have been soaking for a while. Now I'm going to go ahead and finish cleaning them off. But show you how I do it, what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip the camera to where you can see down inside the sink. So I'll be right back again. Okay guys, so I'm back and now I'm going to turn on the water. I use hot water. Let the water get hot again. Ooh. And there it is. Okay, so to wash my brushes, I'll grab this one first. I just come over and rinse it off. And then I use the same soap that I use to wash my face, which it comes in a broken bottle, so I got it off a clearance rack. But I just pour a little bit of soap and I work it in. And because it's soaked in peroxide water for about 45 minutes to an hour, a lot of the stuff is already off of it. So I just go ahead and just scrub it on out. Luckily this one wasn't as bad as some of them are. But then I shake it off pretty good. And then I bring it over here and just lay it on the towel. And that's the way I do all my brushes. Let's find one that's a little bit more worse off. Here we go, this one. My foundation brush. The one that I usually paint everything on with. This one's really thick with it. But see how easy that foundation's coming out? And then just right here underneath the water. And one more time just to be sure. Ooh, too much soap, oh no! Oh well. Let's make sure it's really clean. Well, that's just the last remnants of it, I guess. I really abuse this brush a lot. But then covering up that rosacea is no joke, so I really paint it on. But there it is, all nice and clean now. So I shake it out and just put it on the towel. Now then, there is one brush. Ah, here we go. My buffer brush that I use to actually blend everything. This one's going to be a hard one to clean because of how dense it is. So, here we go. But if you look down in there, there's quite a bit of soap in there. I don't know if you can see it on, or not soap, but foundation. Quite a bit of it down in there. See how that's the foundation that's down in there. That peroxide helps loosen. still has some down in there, so I'm going to soap it up one more time. And like I said, this is the same soap that I use to wash my face with when I'm using just regular soap. And it's just baby wash. But right now I am using the See New Skin products, the Clean and Dirty skincare kit that they sent me, and I'm trying it out as far as PR. And I mean, it's just really making my skin look wonderful. I still need to film a video of doing my nighttime routine, but that'll get done. I just thought this was more important right now. Look at all that foundation. And that's what makes this brush hard to clean, is because of how dense it is. Let's give it the squeeze test. That water's coming back pretty clear now. Yeah, it's nice and clear now. And there's another one like that. It's the smaller one. This is the one I use on my nose. Ooh, too much, too much, too much. Around the eye area. Or the under eye. A lot of people don't tend to like these brushes, but I think they're awesome. Now, I do have those Luxie Beauty Blenders, and these brushes, to me, in my mind, they do the same thing that the Beauty Blenders do. The only thing is I'm accustomed to brushes, so I can hold a brush a lot easier than I can manipulate a Beauty Blender, I feel. Let's see if we got it clean. Well, according to that way, it looks pretty clean. I don't see any foundation dropping through anymore. Let's see if I can see it. All I see is black fibers. So that one must be pretty clean. Oh, I know. Let's get to my favorite brush of all. My absolute favorite. My big fluffy powder brush. Ooh, look at that. Yuck, yuck, yuck. And you're seeing bronzer and all kinds of stuff. And this brush is so old. I think this brush was alive when Jesus walked the earth. Okay. And there we go. This is one of those LaRousse brushes that I just got in Ipsy. And you can see I've already used it quite a bit too, as evidence from the foundation colored soap coming out. This is like the second time I've cleaned this brush. And it already had that much gunk in it. And that's because I use too much foundation. But when you're trying to cover up a rosacea flare, that's no joke. And sometimes, when I'm trying to cover up the flare, I end up using too much color corrector, so I don't even bother with the color correctors anymore. These LaRousse brushes are really, really nice. And they're really, really dense. But at the same time, they're really, really soft. Here's another LaRousse. Now on my eyeshadow brushes, you'll notice that not a whole bunch of color comes up, and that's because I use a spot changer. or a color changer. I use a dry washcloth in between eyeshadow colors to clean off the brushes before I change color with them. So you'll notice not a whole bunch of yuck comes up off of those. There will be some to be sure, but not a whole bunch. So you can see some, but not a bunch. And when you're cleaning your brushes, it's very important to make sure all the soap comes out. And let's see, do I have any more LaRousse in there? I don't see it. So let me get these other two Fara brushes. These are really nice too. Sometimes I'll use this as an all-over blender, even though it's really good for the bronzer and to tamp powder and stuff like that. I find it's really good as an all-over eyeshadow blender as well when I'm using just like two colors and I want to make sure that there's no harsh lines. And because of how flat it is, see how flat it is across here, just nice and flat. Well, I'll use that as an all-over brush to blend everything really nicely. Nice and clean. This is a favorite of mine for blush and bronzer. It's the Fara Cheeky N 218. Love it. As you can tell. Nice and dirty. Gonna have to give this one a second time too. Now, it might look like I'm tugging and pulling, but I'm not. I'm actually bending and letting the brush just fall. Bristles fall, I should say. And then shake out all the excess water and put it up here to dry. Now I've still got a ton more brushes to do. So I'm going to go ahead and go off camera and do the rest of those brushes. And I will be back to show you what it all looks like when they're done. See you in a minute. Okay guys, there they are. All nice and clean, including the jar that I hold them in. And the mat that I washed them on. All my brushes. Oh, that was a chore. Okay, well, until next time, I'll see you again, and I hope to see you soon. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button either down there or down there or wherever, and I'll look forward to seeing you again. Don't forget to ring the bell. Bye!